All right, so I'm sitting here on a Sunday evening just trying to enjoy the last portion of the weekend, and then word comes down that from Josina Anderson of ESPN that the DeShaun Watson decision by Judge Sue Robinson is going to be coming down sometime tomorrow, being Monday, most likely early in the morning. And of course, this is as big of a news item as you can get when it comes to NFL training camps in the upcoming fantasy football season as drafts get underway, because of the ramifications that it carries not only for Watson and his stock, but also Amari Cooper, and to a lesser extent Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and Donovan Peoples-Jones, and the rest of the supporting Browns cast on offense. So this is a big news item. Now, various reports have ranged from as few as 8 games, which basically is half the season, to a full season suspension for Watson. Of course, the issue is the massage therapy situations with 20 plus women, which I don't want to go into because it's very sordid and there's no need to rehash all the information that everybody already knows about. We're here talking about not moralistic issues, but the fantasy football issues. Okay, obviously, DeShaun Watson harming the women, whether he did or not, is not for me to decide. I leave that to the authorities and the law to come up with that decision. What I'm here for is the fantasy aspect of this. And without a suspension, it goes without saying that DeShaun Watson is a top 5 quarterback in fantasy football. No argument from anybody that has any knowledge of the game. No one would try to argue against that. But now the situation is, does he get 8 games? If he gets 8 games, it's a salvageable season. If it's a full season suspension, it's obviously not. But then also the caveat on top of the caveat is Watson challenging the decision, especially if it's a season-long suspension, and then there'll be a stay on the suspension, like with Tom Brady in Deflategate, and it went on and on and on and on to the different circuit courts until finally Brady ran out of options and had to serve the suspension. So I think Watson could potentially play a full season on that aspect alone. So breaking it all down even further, my advice to you is, if you are interested in owning Watson for fantasy football this season, let's say it's an 8-game suspension. Let's go with that. You go with the 12th quarterback drafted in your draft. So you wait for 11 other teams to take a quarterback, and then you take the 12th best guy that's left. And I've said all along, I think it's going to be probably Aaron Rodgers, could be Matthew Stafford. All right. I think obviously the top guys, Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, you could throw Burrow in there, Hurts, Russell Wilson. They're all going to be gone by that point, by the 12th quarterback. I think it's, Kyler Murray. I think it's going to be either Stafford or Rodgers as the 12th guy. Brady, I don't think will fall that far anymore now that Julio Jones is in the fold and Chris Godwin looks like he's not going to begin the season on PUP. So you take the 12th best quarterback, and let's say it's Rodgers, and then you immediately follow up the next round taking Watson. So that way you have Rodgers for half the season, and then you have Watson down the stretch, and you can even interchange them in December and November if need be, depending on weather, since both are cold weather quarterbacks. So that would be the best option. Or you could just simply go with Rodgers and Trey Lance, which is what I've said to you to do from the very beginning, and just avoid the Watson situation altogether. But Watson, undeniably talented, the best probably rushing, passing quarterback in the NFL. And on that alone, on a per-game basis, he is extremely valuable. Now, Amari Cooper is the big one here as far as the receivers for the Browns is concerned. I loved Cooper the minute he got dealt to the Cleveland Browns. With a full season with Watson, Cooper could be a wide receiver 1 again. Comes off a very disappointing season with the Cowboys. His overall career since being the early first round pick of the Raiders has been underwhelming. You've had flashes of brilliance, but then mostly disappointing campaigns since then, including last season. But I think Cooper, we all know that Watson loves to pepper his number 1 target with receptions, like he did with DeAndre Hopkins all those years. And then we'll take some long-range shots with Donovan Peoples-Jones. I think Peoples-Jones is really just a standard league play, wide receiver 5 in that format. I'm not interested in him. But Cooper could be a wide receiver 2 in the games that Watson plays. If it's an 8-game suspension, Cooper is a wide receiver 2 for 8 games. If he winds up playing the full season because he's challenging, whatever ruling comes down, then Cooper could be a borderline wide receiver 1, because I think he's going to get a ton of catches with Watson under center. But let's again keep him as a wide receiver 2. So, and also Watson being under center is going to help open up lanes for Kareem Hunt and more, even more so for Nick Chubb. So that'll help them as well. So again, this is going to be big. We're going to wait for it tomorrow. We're going to give you instant analysis on this tomorrow as soon as it comes down. So make sure you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel here. Also, follow us on Twitter at Rotoboss. And also, I forgot to mention before, hit the like button on this video, this YouTube video. And also the notification button. So if you want to be notified when we go live with these videos, hit the notification button. And as soon as the Watson ruling comes down tomorrow, I'm going to post a video with my reaction on it. So until then, guys, again, keep in tune to what goes on tomorrow with this ruling, and we'll be back to discuss the ramifications tomorrow.